Yeah.
Right. Okay. Can you still hear me on your end?
Yeah, I can still hear you. You hearing
Yes,
me?
you can, but I can't hear you.
Oh,
Right.
for
What
fuck's
the
sake.
fuck is going on there then? Oh, I know what's going on. Don't you worry about that. I can sort this shit out. Right, speak.
Hello, can you hear us
Yes.
now? Yeah, we
Yes, we
there.
can.
Fucking sick me.
I don't know why it's only coming through on like one side. Oh, I can fix this.
Fuck
We can
knows,
fix
yeah.
this. We can fix this. Don't you
Yes,
worry.
mate.
Right. It is padding the show nicely. Right. To anyone that's joined, you don't need to worry about that. It's all good. Why? Why is this? The thing is, right? It's just showing on my signal that it's coming through very quietly, and it's only coming through on one side. Yeah, but it's still so it's showing like it's almost split, which means that the sound on the other side isn't going to come through for anyone else. If anyone's got any ideas as we launch this right now, how we can sort out the Skype sound so it doesn't all just show that it's playing on one side, that would be that'd be fantastic. If you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Truth Seekers. Truth Seeking. Is it Truth Seekers? Is it Truth
Knows, mate.
Seeking?
I couldn't remember, innit? I just wrote the wrong thing, I think, on Instagram. So to double check that, we don't know anything. We don't have a clue here. So
Well, to be honest, we're not going the right way about getting to the truth.
no,
but-
not at all. We're already winging it, innit?
But what is the truth?
It's all down to what's in your head, innit? Mine's full of fucking nonsense, and I've listened to you a fair bit over the morning, so I know yours is full of shit and all. So
Right.
that should be it.
I'm going to drop a bombshell on you. For those who are tuning in for the first time, well, this is the first time anyone's tuned into this. It's not happened before. I set you a challenge, and I said pick 2 or 3 conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
I said I'd pick 2 or 3,
Yeah.
and then we had an open plane, a range of things we could go down. We could try and link them. We could try and just chat about them. Well, I felt like shit today. I went back to sleep about 1 o'clock. So,
Okay.
everything you get from me, mate, is going to be freestyle from the top of the dome, like Bomb Funk MCs. But I've spent enough time getting stoned in my time to get a massive scope on conspiracy. And thanks to Threshold's faithful Mr. Mike Pye, the American weed guy, I've got this little vape pen, which is a source of inspiration and will no doubt prove fruitful over the next hour. So, kicking things off.
It'll make it bearable anyway, at least for you. I hope everyone else has got a joint on the go or something, or, you know.
I'll be honest,
something in their other ear, you know.
the only person that won't will be the boss man himself, Rankin, and he's a lost cause, to be honest. He's a bit of a lost cause. He's lost in a land of beans. If we can, I mean, we will have to do a coffee-based episode on the international coffee conglomerate, basically, because that's a shady part of the world, I reckon.
I remember when some guy tried to get me to sell coffee for some pyramid scheme. I called him out on it in the room. Said, "This is a pyramid scheme, bro." And he went, "No, it's not. It's He called it something like upscale marketing or something like that. He called it. And I went, in what direction does it go?" And he went, "Well, upwards." And I went, "Yeah, like a fucking triangle does it, up to you. And then who do you pay to?" He was trying to rip people off, man. He'd rented out me mate's mum's holistic shop, the top room. He wasn't paying for it because they thought that they'd be able to fucking scam us and get us to sell these. He wanted us to pay like 350 quid for, I think it was half a kilo of coffee. It came in a metal tin, and we had to provide our own packaging and stuff for it.
That's sketchy.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, that's sketchy as fuck.
Yeah, we didn't get to taste the coffee either. I said, "What's it taste like?" And he's like, "Well, you'll have to buy it to find out." No, It's just mad, mate. I don't know how you can go about that, innit, really.
I don't trust that guy. I don't trust that
Nah.
guy at all. So the coffee thing we will come back to. That's something that I want to delve deep in because basically I think ranking is the top of some sort of some slave driving money pile. We're determined to get to the bottom of it. A future episode will also be Who is Russia, which you may not have been around for, but we have a Russian listener that's always tuned into Threshold FM. Whenever I check the website, which shows us where people are listening from, Russia's always there. Guaranteed. Doesn't matter what time of day. So that's something to discuss at a later date. But what conspiracies did you bring to the table, mate?
Well, I've wrote down one that I've probably something I've noticed off the telly. I don't know if it's got an actual title or out, but I reckon that there's a chance that the Americans and the Far East Asians might be fighting using gin or something. Because I just but that's kind of because I keep watching the same style of program on telly, and it's always about like the Americans catching some form of monster or demon or something, and then trying to clone it and turn it into a monster to fight the Far East with. So I don't know if that's something. I got Dyatlov Pass, Hollow Earth, Volume 4.
Dyatlov Pass, that is Russia, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Where those
might be able to lure out this Russian guy that's listening. He might know something about it.
We've got into it before I ever thought we would. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. So, Dyatlov Pass, you're going to fill in the bits that I'm going to miss out because I've not read about it in a little while. But
Me neither.
If I'm not,
it's going to be hard.
If I'm not wrong, Dyatlov Pass.
If I don't know it, I'll make it up. They've made it up, so why can't we?
Not only that, mate, but our listeners, let's be honest, don't have a clue. Very susceptible bunch, right? They listen to the rest of our shows, so come on. So, Dyatlov Pass incident was an expedition, Russian expedition, group of experienced hikers, if I'm not wrong. They lost contact, weren't found for a while. When they were found, they were all naked. They seemed to have burst out their tent. A few of them were found like a fair distance from the tent, suggesting that something had scared them in the night to the point where they had to get out of the tent quickly and basically fuck off. Am I along the right lines?
Yeah. That's the long and short of it. There's other bits though, like when you start going a bit too far into YouTube and bit shooting that. There was some people that tied it with this.
I would like to point out that BitChute isn't all right-wing conspiracy theory. We are not affiliated with any right-wing hate groups yet. It depends what the money's like. If they're going to help,
open for sponsorship, I guess.
Yeah, man. If they're open, if they've got the readies,
in it, but you won't need the subs then if you've got that coming in.
But yeah, carry on. BitChute, YouTube.
So there's these people that think that there was a microwave weapon testing facility there.
Yes.
On that supposedly the Russians stayed claim to, but I don't think they ever actually did. I think it was another group that from another country that said it was their testing facility, but there was Russian troops in the area. But there always seems to be special forces in the area when all these weird stories happen, innit? Like fucking Jonestown, mate. That was fucking like they had like three different types of special forces in the area around and then they just happened to all converse on this area and find them all dead.
What, in Jonestown?
Yeah, I'm sure. It was like is it the Green Berets or something, and the American. Fuck me, man. This is why we need notes. There was an American special force as well. The Green Berets might be an American. I think it was two American special forces, and what I think was a British one because there was a sort of a war going on there at the time. Anyway, but they just happened to find them all just after they died. Similar things seem to happen with Dyatlov Pass, but when I looked into Dyatlov Pass for some fucking podcast I did last year with some Americans, I found loads of stuff that suggested, and throughout their history there, that they've actually got menk there, mate. You know, like fucking Yetis and abominable snowmen.
Really?
Yeah, there's loads of stories of that there. Like, there's the same concentration of stories of their equivalent of a Bigfoot story there as there is in America, where similar weird disappearings happen there.
bit
where
like
also there seems to be the weapon testing shit and all, doesn't it?
a bit like Chupacabra and shit down there.
Like the thing that eats goats.
Yeah. You know, but right. So I might be mistaken here. I did a little bit of research on Jonestown back in the day. For when I was at university. Now with Jonestown, weren't they all found? What?
Just laughing that you managed to get that into a university course.
Mate, I got some. So my university course, I did journalism, but a couple of my lecturers were. I mean, I still get on with them now. And they were pretty much like us. Like one of ours, I've seen him in pictures of old raves off his tits. I still talk to him now about rave music and that. He's very much just one of us, but older. And he led my digital reporting module, which basically was exactly that. It was whistleblowing, reporting in the digital age, journalism in the digital age, WikiLeaks, all that shit. And I was the only one that got the module. Like, I did an essay and he was like, I want to use this as a journal because you're the only one who understands the module. And it was all conspiracy shit. I just talked about Snowden and Manning and Dr. David Kelly. Do you remember the one who...
I don't know Dr. David Kelly.
I
only really read about Snowden recently, man, and what fucking sent me under with that when I was reading through it, every article that I'd read through on it, it would always fucking like shitloads of pop-ups, mate, and I never get pop-ups on anything, but it was fucking full of them. Like, it was going, you start reading it, it jumps back to the top and it fucking throws loads of adverts at you.
They don't want you finding that shit out, mate.
Yeah,
that's under lock and key. But so Dr. David Kelly, you will know. So when we were going into Iraq and there was the whole dossier on weapons of mass destruction, Dr. David Kelly was the professor who came out to the government and said, look, there's nothing there. Like, he was advising against going to Iraq. And then he wound up shooting himself.
Is he dead?
Shooting himself twice next to a tree with his wrong hand. Right-handed or left-handed, and the gun he shot himself was in his other hand.
But if you were going to kill yourself though with 2 shots, quickly like that, there might have been 3 shots because you might have been cracking one out at the same time. If I'm going to have my last wank by a tree in the middle of a field, I'm going to use my stronger hand, mate. I want to enjoy myself with it, innit?
That's very true, and there is. I mean, you only get to have the suicide wank once. Yeah, you don't get to do that twice. Yeah, I mean, it's sort of part of the term. Like, if you're going to have the suicide wank, you're not going to have a stranger wank at the same time.
Oh, no. Too much going on.
No. You don't want risk of one of them backfiring, maybe a false shot going off somewhere. It's just going to ruin the experience.
Well, you don't want it to be embarrassing either, innit? You don't want to like come down your legs or something either, or all over your hand. Someone's going to come and find you. You want to make sure that you're sort of clean. You leave yourself presentable.
And there was rumours that, the chef Anthony Bourdain, one who killed himself, very famous.
Oh, maybe. The name rings a bell, but
extremely famous American chef. Like, he was notorious for having like a funny but bad boy personality, just not giving a fuck, going to all these areas where he's told not to, ignoring a lot of like chef etiquette, shit like that, for a good reason. But there was rumours he died giving himself a strangle wank. Same as
David Carradine.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Kill Bill.
Yeah.
There's an elite circle of people rumoured to have killed themselves through autoerotic asphyxiation.
It's got to be good then, hasn't it?
It's
got to feel, maybe if you do it, and maybe it just doesn't feel as good as what you think it could feel. Maybe when you're doing it, maybe you do it once or twice and, you get away with it, you're all right, but you think, it was good, but it could be better. Could be better.
Like
and you
heroin.
work your way up from like a dog choke chain to a belt to a rope, and that's where, slippery slope, innit? A slippery slope would probably help with it and all, to be fair.
So, I mean, a little bit like smack or crack. You're trying to chase that dragon. And... Well, mate, we may have already cracked the Dyatlov Pass incident here.
Look, they're all just fucking...
It could have been a mass strangle wank.
Just all holding each other's throats. No, it's better, trust me.
That's why they couldn't find any evidence afterwards. There were no belts because they were helping each other.
And that's why the snow had melted ever so slightly by all their thighs.
No, the thing is, they never took a UV light, did they? If they'd have scanned a UV light over that place, they would have found so much jizz. Absolutely fucking covered. We're a step ahead. The next team that goes out there, few black lights, little bit of that, what's it called, linoline or whatever it's called, the stuff they spray on shit so it shows up under UV. I don't know. I watch CSI. That's my extent of forensics.
Well, it sounds it. I've never watched. I was just sort of worrying though we might never catch him, because now there's this thing, isn't there? Like there's a posh wank you can have now. So would you really find that? You bury that down in the snow. But then again, if you killed yourself with a Johnny on, they'd find it, wouldn't they? But then maybe that's what the abominable snowmen were doing, mate. Maybe they're not vicious. Maybe they're not evil monsters. Maybe they just collect used Johnnies and that.
Wait there. Abominable snowmen clean up autoerotic asphyxiation crime scenes.
And yeah, and that's why you can't see them, mate. It's not because they're sort of secretive, but really it's because they're all just disgusted in themselves.
It's pretty abominable, to be fair.
Yeah.
I would be as well.
They can't help themselves, innit? They've got to go and find it. They've got to grab it. So they don't want to look you in the eye. That's why they always run away from people.
Shit. You may have cracked this. You may have absolutely cracked this, mate. I mean, what are they doing with them? Because this suggests that somewhere abominable snowmen have a mass collection of like used Johnnies and used wank rags.
They might trade in them. Like, they might be like, yeah, I'll swap you one of these for one of them. You know, this has got I got a 4 milligram here. I'll swap you a 4 milligram for your 2 milligrams over there. Or they might all work together with all the other cryptids in that, mate. So you got the chupacabras are there, fucking like damaging goats because you brought them up before, you know.
I did.
And they're going and collecting a bit of goat DNA and that. Maybe they can't help themselves. They frenzy a bit, like they might wank off a goat first and into, you know, whatever they've got, a little vessel. I don't know what a chupacabra could really carry, but maybe just under the tongue, possibly. That's not really wanking off a goat, though, then, is it? That's just a monster filleting another. But that you could have they collect it anyway. What I'm saying is they collect with whatever made them. Like you know what? They're just bringing it back, going, "Is this enough? Is this enough, my lord?" You know, and they just want freedom, mate. So they just keep bringing back DNA.
However, this does suggest that condoms have been around for a lot longer than we think.
Well, yeah, they could have been.
This suggests that they knew about them for a very long time. I mean...
Well, you can look back, though, through history, bro. Like, there's fucking loads of people that have known about stuff for a long time that we're only just finding out about now.
This is very true, but what I'm getting to is we're abominable snowmen and chupacabras and shit, like, instrumental in the development and evolution of the contraceptive. So, possibly. What I mean is, back in the day, like, say, Henry VIII times, it used to be like one of those big old bits of, like, a sheep bladder or something, didn't it?
Yeah.
And they used that as a Johnny, and then they wash that out. Like a sausage casing, but for the penis. Just the same, really.
Well, that's the beauty of it, though. That's what used to preserve the sausage meat. They just used to throw pork in there, innit? But that's why after they'd come to it, because they just tie a knot on one end, then they stuff the meat in and just tie a knot on the other and throw it in the grill. Or they boil it, you know. And
people complain about sausages nowadays. Better than they ever were, I'm telling you that now.
Well, it depends on your perspective, doesn't it? No good for the chupacabra, what, it's a mouthful of cum, but, you know, some people would describe that as a good evening, innit, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, some people would describe it as a living.
Yeah.
But what... to what extent are they involved in the development of the contraceptive? Does it stop at the condom, or did abominable snowmen have something to do with the pill and the dam?
Well, maybe not the abominable snowman. They're not that bright, innit? Because they live in one of the fucking coldest places in the world, and they don't really want to ask for help or anything. So they're not really all that fussed. I wouldn't have thought, but maybe something a bit smarter, maybe like a smarter cryptid. I don't know. Like, what do you think could be a smarter cryptid? Because that thing that girl's put in the fucking arms, man. That's got to be
the implant.
Yeah, the implant. Oh, that's a fucking good name for it, to be fair, innit? Like, what else would you call it?
It's very accurate.
Innit? It's not going to be anything else at the end of the day. But something's got to have made that, man. And we're led to believe it's scientists. I mean, it's got to come from... I mean, I don't know, what is there, like, cryptid-wise? You got
Bigfoot.
Yeah, but Bigfoot's just up there with the Yetis and Menk, innit? It's just a fucking different variation. Are they really going to be all that bright? I mean, I've seen the Big Lez show, and that's, as we all know, that's like the closest you're going to get to a decent documentary on it. Yeah.
Oh, fucking sass, mate. They're pretty bright. Let's be honest, right? Now here we go. If you want to talk cryptids and the evolution and how intelligent they really are, Sassy is the one who makes the human aware that he's actually part of a creation.
Oh,
right?
That's just ruined it for a lot of people.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, it's all as fuck, so
yeah, true.
People should know. But if we're talking intelligence, that Yeti is the one who informs the human through drugs that they're actually just a figment of Microsoft Paint, which in a way suggests that cryptids are bearers of divine knowledge, and they're actually here to impart that wisdom upon the human race. Be that human race, animated or otherwise.
You could be right, mate. I mean, I'm not going to argue with you, mate. I'll go along with any of this sort of stuff.
You should argue.
Mate, I'll go along with that, mate. I'll fully accept that. Yeah, fucking, I'll praise the Yeti.
So what we could have discovered from this is that all this time when we've been trying to find Bigfoot and prove all these things, we've actually been looking for God.
Possibly.
And
but what if the cryptids are trying to be somewhat cryptic in the way that they're doing it? Like they go in and they hide and they're secretive and they're like, look, we exist, and then we don't, and then we exist because you think we exist, and then they disappear and everyone else like, oh, but they don't exist.
Like the economy.
I don't know.
What I mean by that is the economy only exists because people have faith in it existing. Do you know what I mean? Like a political system exists because people have the belief that political system is a thing. It doesn't actually exist.
Well, it's not a tangible thing, is it?
So
it's like you can touch a mare's chain. But...
Exactly. So it's only got as much reality as... It's only as real as you believe it to be. Yeah. So what I'm saying is that could apply to cryptids. But again, that applies to God.
It can apply to crabs though as well, man, because you can't always see a crab when it's in a river, innit?
But you've seen a crab.
Ah, yeah, but, you know, how do we know that a crab's not a cryptid? That's just fucking knocking about more frequently. Do you know what I mean?
I've never asked one.
Exactly.
I've never had the chance.
Any of them, mate.
I'll be honest, they're not big talkers.
I've always met crabs, man, because they're fucking, you know...
Yeah,
I know it's not a very good thing for a visual pun, is it?
I was about to say, like, that to those who don't have us on video, which is everyone listening to this aside from me and you, he did just make pincer movements with his hands to deliver a punchline. More of that bants carrying on through the rest of the shows. But
like I say, my first time doing this.
Well, the thing is about crabs, right? I have seen a crab. I've picked a crab up. I've even eaten a crab. I can never say I've eaten a cryptid.
You don't know though, do you, man? Like we said before, people moan about sausage. We don't really know what's in any of them.
I'm going to put it out there and probably bet that they didn't find any, like, Bigfoot meat in those lasagnas they found horse meat in. I reckon it's probably more expensive. It's probably a leaner meat.
Though, it would be more acceptable to people to say it's horse than to go, oh, it's Bigfoot, or fucking hell, it was the fucking child slaves that we were using to press out the pasta. It's more acceptable, isn't it, to say it's horse meat?
Hold up.
I'm just making obviously that's not based in fact. I don't know if they do use children to press out pasta.
What information do you have here that I don't know about? Where are child slaves used in the production of pasta?
I don't know.
Is pasta made in the Colombia jungle?
We don't know.
Is pasta made... Do Nike make pasta?
Do Nike make pasta?
Yeah, well, they use child slaves to make Air Max, so they may as well make tagliatelle as well.
Mm.
Also, those are some pretty diverse fucking kids if they can knit trainers and make pasta. Someone should give them a proper job.
It's all we're using sheets, though, really, at the end of the day, isn't it? It's just a different machine.
It is just a different machine.
The machine's going to do most of the work.
So you're saying that now...
I'm not saying anything. Let's not put that out there for me.
You're suggesting that...
I've heard...
that there could be a link between trainer making and pasta making, and that any artist who has currently found themselves out of work in the pasta industry could retrain as a shoemaker in an Indonesian sweatshop.
Possibly. Speaking of shoemakers, have you ever heard of a guy called Joseph Callinger?
No, but I fear I'm about to.
He was this guy that would get about killing people, and he was when he was adopted as a kid, obviously, and his parents I think they used to whip him on the dick with a belt and that to make him make better shoes, and apparently he was really good at making shoes.
Right.
But he also would he'd also see this little floating head called Charlie that would float around with him and follow him around and tell him to kill people. So he used at one point in his life he was going, I think he went door to door for a little while. Again, you could bring up Jim Jones. Jim Jones went door to door for a bit, didn't he, selling spider monkeys? But
yes, he did. He fucking did. Carry on.
But this Callinger, he would go. He went into people's parties and he'd make his kids hold a pistol or something because in his eyes, the kid had a bigger dick than he did. So, well, he might have been in reality as well. But I think that's what Charlie, the floating head, had told him. I can't remember, man. I'm going back a while now when I fucking found out about this, but. Just with you saying like fucking shoemaking and that links shoemaking and children.
I've not heard of this bloke, and I'll do a lot of serious. Did he kill many?
Nah, not really. No, he was just fucking mental. I think he's still knocking about. I don't think he's like knocking about, but I think he's locked up somewhere. But I hope he is anyway. I don't want him listening. And if you're listening today,
yeah. If you are here, thanks. I'm glad you've come along. Please don't come to my house. But have you got any Air Max for sale? I mean, I'm trying to bring this back round to what link we could have between this guy and anything really.
Well, we could link it possibly to Dyatlov Pass because the people in Dyatlov Pass could have had some form of fucking advanced hypothermia that could have made them hallucinate, and he was hallucinating, and that led to deaths, and then they hallucinated, which led to deaths.
They were also found without the shoes on.
Oh, there you go, mate. If only Callinger had been around, eh?
So, theory, Callinger is basically Callinger and shoemakers, and therefore pasta makers. They make essentially devices that are part of Cryptid Currency. Yeah? The thing is, they can't give them direct to cryptids, and they have to go through a currency exchange. And that currency exchange is people. So the shoemakers and the pasta makers, by default, they make the shoes. They sell them to the people for pounds, which they can then use, because people can use pounds. So they've got their money. In reality, they know that those shoes are going to end up in the hands of cryptids. So they sell shoes to humans. Humans wear the shoes until caught in some sort of fatal accident, say whilst on an expedition in Russia. And cryptids come collect the shoes and possibly any condoms. We don't know which ones are maybe condoms are coins and shoes are notes. You know
Possibly.
what I mean? Yeah?
Yeah.
And they collect those and they take them back to their economy to spend. However...
It'd bring more meaning, wouldn't it, to when people... That could be where the saying comes from, living life on a shoestring.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, it could also relate to soul. Maybe the term soul of a shoe is actually the soul of the human that's going to be taken, because a shoe can't be spent by a cryptid unless that shoe has had its owner's life claimed by the cryptid.
And that's where sort of like a misinterpretation of like soulmates as such. Like soulmate was a misinterpretation of a soul being in two parts.
Yes.
Because obviously they would need both shoes, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
To complete the soul.
Yeah, it's like 2 50 pences make a quid. Two shoes make a whole cryptid coin. Like cryptid currency, like cryptocurrency, but it's cryptid currency, and you can buy bit cryptid on the I was going to say the Aboriginals, the
Aboriginals.
the abdominal snowman.
Fucking Shrek for him.
Yeah, well, Sassy, think about it, mate. Sassy's Australian.
He was Australian, yeah.
But it's not such a big stretch by accident. But
and they're supposed to be able to travel through the Hollow Earth, so they could get about easily, innit?
Shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've found stuff where people believe that that's why they can't find them. Is because like when I did gnomes, man, when I looked into gnomes, they can walk through walls and stone. Some people believe all of them can do that, innit? But they can disappear through the rock and walk underneath the earth into a Garford and just get about.
Well, I mean, they make great Uber drivers. You get
Well,
everywhere.
because they kill the passengers, innit? They're alright, they're driving through it, but it'd be like fucking driving a convertible. You duck, but everyone else gets cut by the cheese wire.
Where are you driving where there's cheese wire everywhere?
Fucking these places full of cryptids, mate.
The Dyatlov Pass, it's actually about 4 feet high, covered in cheese wire, as far as the eye can see. I mean, the more I learn about these cryptid guys, the less I'm starting to think they're arseholes. It used to be that I thought Bigfoot was just a bit of a hermit and just didn't want to be seen, perhaps a little bit ashamed, perhaps a little bit sick of the attention. You know, like Barbara Streisand. When she got proper sick of the fame, she's like, I don't want people taking pictures, don't come near me house, you're not allowed to take pictures. And then everyone took pictures of their house, and it's called the Streisand effect. Basically, the more you try... Have you never heard of this? Have you ever seen the South Park episode?
I was thinking though, is that why South Park...
It all revolves around... it all
okay.
revolves around that. So basically, Barbara Streisand got a house, and I don't know if it was a boat tour or something like that. Basically, they tried to publish pictures of a house, and she went trying to get them to go to court and say you can't do that. And all that did was make more people take pictures and come to visit her house and shit. It's called the Streisand effect. The more you try and stop something from happening, especially in the public, the more likely it's going to happen and more frequently it's going to happen. Yeah? So, maybe Bigfoot was just a victim of that. And, like... He's been trying to put people off. I thought he'd been trying to put people off for years because he didn't want to be in the limelight and everything. And that's actually just made people want to find him more than if he just announced himself and went, "Here, I'm about. Like, you might see us. Yes, it's me. Like, leave us alone." But he's never done that. Maybe Bigfoot needs a press conference.
Maybe. He might have a little book he wants to release as well, you know. My time in the woods, you know.
I imagine he's got some memoirs.
It'd be a shame not to, wouldn't it? Something that's supposed to live for pretty much forever doesn't experience time. It'd be mad for him to not make it out every now and then.
A wasted opportunity, because I bet he's got some crack.
But realistically, though, you're saying a wasted opportunity, but has he really done much with his life if he has had all of eternity and he's not left the woods?
We don't know. He's never told anyone.
True.
So think of all these unexplained things that have happened. Even like recently, like the flight MH370 crash, never found. Malaysian Airlines one.
Yeah.
Well, what if he just took that flight? What if he hijacked it? But just because he doesn't like talking to people, he's never told anyone.
He's just there with some sunglasses on and a beanie and that, or a baseball cap just over his forehead, thinking, "Yeah, no one's going to know who I am. No one here is going to know who I am." Everyone's there, just all taking pictures of Bigfoot, big.
He's like, "No, man, it's not me. That's not me. I've never heard of him.
I don't know who you are, man. We've never met. No, we've never met, but I've heard all about you. You couldn't heard about me. I've not released the memoirs. What the hell you know about the memoirs?"
I'm gonna put it out there. Maybe Bigfoot likes hijacking planes, and all these reports of Arabic people who hijack planes, it's actually him. And it's because, like, Arabic style of dress, like the amount of layers, the fact that a lot of coverings are involved, it's the only way he can cut about in society without getting seen.
I don't know, man. I mean, couldn't he just shave? Realistically.
Nah, man, like...
And then he's just a tall guy.
There used to be a lad in my year at school, in, like, year 10, who'd have a shave and the next day come in with a full beard. And I'm pretty convinced he was human, so... Cryptids, I imagine they're so much worse. Think about those bearded ladies. Morph suits.
He could wear a morph suit, though. A couple of them. We might get a few hairs poking out here and there, but... Wear a couple of them, maybe one of them. Couple jumpers, pair of trackies, big thick socks and another one over it. He'll be warm, but he's already used to being warm because he's so airy.
Yeah, but I think an equal amount of people would stare at someone wearing 6 morph suits and a wig. I don't think that's basically disguising him
especially
at all.
Especially in an airport.
Oh, I just check you in, mate. fuck? What the hell are you? Please,
Sorry, I
please
don't understand
disrobe.
what this picture's of. Have you got a mask on this picture? No. Could you take off the costume? I mean, I could. But,
Yeah.
I mean, there is a queue behind me. Can't you just let me through?
You'd be here a while, and I'm not sure you'd let me on at the end. But
No,
maybe
not with the reputation that you're giving him as a hijacker. Definitely not.
Well, this is what I mean, man. Maybe, like, in order for people not to find out where he lives, like, he likes to go on holiday like everyone else. So he goes abroad, gets flights abroad, but he can't just fly back to, like, his airport because everyone's going to know where Bigfoot lives. So he's got to hijack every plane. When he's on the way back, he has to hijack a plane just to fly into his own personal airfield, right? And the best way he can get on a plane is in some sort of flowing, very covered dress that doesn't arouse suspicion, although now it arouses suspicion because he's done this so much. So all these terror attacks, not actually terrorists, just Bigfoot getting home, and the reason he's crashing into shit is much like you say, he can travel through the Earth's crust. So what he's doing is he's hitting the ground with such velocity that the
and he's fine.
Yeah,
Everything else just gets fucked behind him.
The plane penetrates the crust and then implodes on impact. But he manages just to get through, and it's a bit like a slide when he hits through the other side.
And he always does it. They always do it on the opposite side of where they want to be in the Earth.
Yeah, so he shoots through.
Yeah. So you can see if we was to correlate all of these explosions and crashes. I mean, there's probably not loads of them that have gone nose first into the ground, but that'd make it easier, wouldn't it? Really, to figure out. We might be able to find a few spots where you might find Bigfoot.
Or at least his most frequent holiday spots.
Aye.
Like back to MH370, that wasn't found because it crashed into water. And, like, they didn't even find debris. So maybe he's even making use of underwater stargates.
Maybe.
Because they didn't find anything, and you'd have thought they would have found some sort of floating debris. So that suggests that the plane actually stayed whole. Well, we know if it hit the actual water, there'd have been some sort of destruction, because when his shit hits water fast, it's like hitting a wall. But
that might be just what they want you to believe, though, mate. They might just want you to believe that when you hit water really hard, you disintegrate. But what if when you hit water really hard, water becomes the Stargate?
Well, what I was going to suggest was that he knew the exact location of a Stargate at that part, and he crashed it into that. But instead of this Stargate taking him somewhere across the galaxy, it's actually just the entrance to his kip, just his house.
Oh.
And the people of MH370 have never been found. They're not dead.
They're just scared shitless.
But they're Earth people now. Like, they're people of the Earth, living subterranean with
subterranean dwellers.
Yeah. Coming back to the subterranean immigrants that I've talked about previously, which I've had enough of, to be honest. But they have basically become forced subterranean immigrants against their will. A bit like if, say, some English people crossed the Channel and got stuck with a load of asylum seekers who were trying to get into England, and they couldn't get back because the people at customs thought they were with those those asylum seekers. Are like, nah, you're not English. You just put on a really good accent. You all got to stay now in Calais. That's what they're doing. They got crashed through the Stargate by Bigfoot, dressed as an Arab, hijacked flight MH370. He's crashed them through the Stargate, subterranean, and now they have to live with the subterranean asylum seekers trying to get back to Earth. And all these subterranean asylum seekers are making it, but the genuine Earth dwellers, they're just never getting back in because they've never had to live this life.
I smell a sitcom, bro. That's a sitcom waiting to happen there.
You say sitcom, I say sectioning.
Sectioning? I'd put down that vape, bro. Just give it 10 minutes, innit? I know you said it's going to get you through it, but...
I have absolutely blasted
took us to places.
So the Dyatlov Pass, then, could that be where they've managed to resurface?
Ooh.
What
and
if
they came up through the bottom of the tent.
no clothes?
Yeah.
No
Because it
signs.
burnt away in the crash.
Yeah, no
Or
signs
the
of an.
Stargate removes it.
Yeah, or getting through the crust.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
imagine that takes your clothes off. I imagine naked is the best way to try and get back
Well, you
onto
wouldn't
the
want
Earth's
the
surface.
mud going through your pockets, would you, and weighing you down?
That's a fucking very good point. Very good point. That's the reason they found no attack from the outside, because there was nothing attacking from the outside. No one looked beneath. Everyone looked around and above. So they've come up through to the tent, which is another sort of Stargate that the cryptids can close and open as they please. They've come back. They've tried to run in every direction. Sheer mania. They've just broken back into the world and they don't know what the fuck's going on. They've been away for God knows how long. They died from...
They've been away for something like minus 40 years at this point, so it would be a bit confusing, isn't it? And you've woken up and everyone's speaking Russian and you're thinking, what the fuck's gone on here?
Yeah, like, lads, I went missing in Spain. What the fuck is this? I was in Tenerife and now I'm in fucking what? It's snowing here.
1970s Russia, you say?
So they've run off in every direction, and obviously that's caused it just regular exposure. Some of it's logical. Not all of this is fantastical.
With a pinch of salt, innit?
Yeah, some of it has to be like.
We're trying to get them there. We're just trying to get them there, Jimmy. Like the autoerotic asphyxiation people, you've got to finish it yourself.
You've got to coax them there, but you don't want to pull too hard. Otherwise, you've got a Bourdain and a Carradine on your hands. So, that's normal. And I mean, the reason it's all covered up afterwards is the Russians basically they know about this. There are cryptids in positions of power in the Kremlin. That's why cryptid and Kremlin don't sound that dissimilar. They're in positions of they're in positions of power in the Russian government. That's basically that's how they're so hard. Russians, they are part cryptid. So much like you think. There's still a very small population of the Earth that's got Neanderthal DNA, isn't there?
I have no idea, bro. Is
it? Yeah, there's like, I don't know what percentage. It's
Do you reckon they're more so drawn to each other then as well? Like there'd be a genetic thing within them where it's like, fucking hell, you walk just like me, with a bit of a wide gait and a bit of a limp.
They're like, Jesus Christ.
You're the girl for me. Look at that forehead.
You can grow a beard in a matter of seconds. You are the love of my life. Let's go and nick some shoes and get rich off the profits. I mean, that's possible. I reckon the Russians have covered it up because it's actually how the Russian government's run. And obviously they couldn't let the world know that there's a Stargate to their subterranean cryptid empire. Where they trade dead people's shoes and condoms as economy.
Oh, well, you wouldn't want that getting out, would you? Really? Even if you weren't cryptid or anything, like no one would want that getting out. The world would be a shambles, mate, if that got out.
It would turn everything on its head. It would explain a lot, which would also mean that our current governments can't govern with fear, which is what they do. At the threat of the unknown. So we don't know who took down MH370. Oh, we don't know who actually did these terrorist attacks. The thing is, they did. It was cryptids. All cryptids just going to and from holiday. But the thing is, if they told the human population that, we'd basically just say, well, can we not ask them to stop going on holiday? Instead of living in fear of us, we don't want to go anywhere because we think terrorism might happen or war might happen and all this shit might happen, when really all we have to do is just stop the cryptids going on holiday, because we don't know if they're actually evil people. They might be sound, and if we ask them, they might just go, oh yeah, well we'll stop going on holiday. We didn't realise it was massacring loads of people. And we thought you could go through, we thought you could go through the terrain too every time, so yeah, we'll probably quit it. But no one's asked them.
No. Well, they could also, though, sort of do it like, you know, when you ask a bus or you're on a long coach journey and you go and, like, pally up with the driver and you're like, excuse me, love, do you mind if we just, can you stop here? Because it saves me getting a half-hour bus back and I could just get off here and it's a 10-minute walk to his house. And sometimes, you know, they'll let you. Oh. We could do that. If we could do that with the cryptids, mate, and fucking, like, DB Cooper it, just sort them out with a little parachute, you know, be like, off you go. And make so everyone else off the plane sees a parachute going down. Obviously, they don't need the parachute; they're fine. But it'd make everyone else on the plane a lot more comfortable, I would imagine, innit? If they saw the door opening up and this fucking thing hurtling towards the ground at thousands of miles an hour, obviously people are going to be a bit distressed.
Yeah.
Where,
I mean, you've also mentioned someone else who works into the conspiracy perfectly, DB Cooper, who obviously quite clearly is a cryptid.
and that's why he took all that money, mate. And then they found the money just dispersed in the air.
They found the money
because he's like, yeah, because they're like, you don't fucking need this, fucking idiots. Look
No.
at all the condoms I've stole from the airport toilets.
and he took all the shoes from the hole down the bottom. Everyone's holiday trainers, they were gone. But most importantly, he asked them to he jumped out at a certain point. You know, at the bottom of that point there was a Stargate.
Aye.
That's the reason they never found a body. The boy dived straight into a Stargate.
Maybe he was one of them. Mantids. There's these aliens called mantids that have these big, like, they're like greys, but they're supposed to look like fucking people, but with like bug eyes.
Right.
Maybe that's what his sunglasses were. Maybe that's just why they described it as sunglasses, because people will remember this sort of almost reflective surface on his face, and they're like,
yeah.
it was a guy wearing sunglasses. So that's much more believable than it was a grey or a fucking mantid diving out with a box full of Johnnies and a handful of shoes.
So, are you suggesting that there's some sort of like interspecies relation between mantids and cryptids?
There could be, you know. Have you never considered that there might be an interspecies thing generally? I mean, I think it was in a film, and it was one of the, obviously I don't think it really exists, but what film was it? I think it was Clerks 2.
Oh yeah.
They mention interspecies erotica. I think that's one of the fucking funniest things you could ever introduce to someone. It's just, and they do the donkey show and that, innit? Like the fucking, but, you know, maybe that was a subtle nod, maybe, because Kevin Smith was involved with Miramax, and Miramax was involved in a lot of shady stuff, supposedly, allegedly in the news now. Well, it definitely was.
No, definitely.
Yeah,
Harvey Weinstein, 100% a
It
rapist.
has come to a point now where you can say it, I think. And so maybe that's what that was. Maybe that was a little subtle nod going, there is interspecies erotica, but it's not men like railing a donkey.
Right.
It's actually mantid aliens.
There's something for you to... there's a link to this as well. You've brought in... I tell you what, mate, the deeper we get into this, and possibly the more I get through this vape pen, but we appear to be finding more and more layers, because Kevin Smith, you talk about interspecies erotica. Have you ever seen Tusk?
No.
It's a film. You need to watch it. So there's he did a trio. I can't remember what the other two are called. I've seen one of them. I've seen two of the three. And they were basically film ideas that came up from the podcast he does, or did. I don't know if he still does. And Tusk is about a bloke who takes up an ad in a bar. He's looking for accommodation. Takes up an ad in a bar. That's they're saying you can come and stay, a very low rent, blah blah blah. You just need to help around the house. He goes there. It's this proper decrepit mansion, and if I'm not wrong, it's Bricktop from Snatch. You know Bricktop from yeah. But he plays an American, and he plays a. I want to say a surgeon, but that's a loose term because he is basically shipwrecked. I'll tell you what. Bloke turns up to try and take up this rent, and he wines and dimes him, and he drugs him. And when this lad wakes up, he's on a table getting operated on. And what the bloke tells him a story of what happened to him. And he used to be a sailor. He was shipwrecked. A walrus saved him. He formed a relationship with that walrus. Something happened to the walrus. Perhaps it died. And now he's trying to replicate that. And he's got the bloke there, drugged him, and turned him into a human walrus.
Hence the name Tusk.
Boom! Complete with tusks, all of that. He tries to train him. There's no happy ending. The ending is literally this bloke.
You need to say that. Where's the happy ending? He just falls back in love with this weird little like walrus man.
No. So
it's perfect, and the walrus man's just there like.
Walrus man So basically, it comes to a head. He kills the bloke who's operated on him in a fight, like walrus versus man. Smashes into pieces, tusks and blah blah blah. He gets saved. I don't think you can get saved from a situation like this. He gets rescued. He's not saved by any means. He's very much still a walrus. And like the last scene is his girlfriend or former girlfriend, because no one's attracted to what. Well, who are? Maybe people are attracted.
No, the film proves there were people attracted
That's
to walrus.
100%.
The guy that raised him. To be fair, he's a bit of an idiot for letting him slip away.
No one says, is it romance? Is it adoration? Is it partnership? I think it's more than lust, right? It's a deeper bond. It's a deeper.
Lust is usually something from afar, isn't it? Arm's length and afar.
No, but it's deeper than just like an attraction or a romantic love. It's like a proper kinship with this walrus. However, anyway, it ends with his lass throwing him. What? It ends with his lass throwing him fish while he stays in this pen in a marine park, and he's just crying. He's just crying in this kennel to himself while his lass chucks some fish. It's grim as fuck. However, that's interspecies erotica. That's Kevin Smith in 2 cases, Clerks 2 and Tusk, showing some sort of basically trying to
feeding thing, innit, mate?
He's trying to normalize. He's trying to normalize it. He's trying to normalize that shit. Kevin Smith is either like on Blade, where they have the like the affiliates who want to become vampires, so they basically do the shit for the vampires in hopes of being bitten to become a vampire. Maybe Kevin Smith's one of them for the cryptids.
Or he just wants to try and become a walrus, and he's slowly there. Because in Clerks 2 he might have been thinking, I can't throw the walrus in. Where's a walrus going to be in fucking Midwest America? They can get a donkey, a donkey's fine. Then he's like, right, whole new film.
Maybe he was confused about which animal he loved at the time. Maybe
Possibly.
Years ago during Clerks 2, he was just like, I like animals, but I don't know which one.
I don't want one that can run away.
I want one that loves a good meal. I like sushi. I like me walrus to like sushi. Yeah, that's what I want. I mean, we've got 2 options. He could be either into that himself, or I think he's an agent for the cryptid elite.
Ooh. And like you say, he wants to be a cryptid, like a thrall. He's like a cryptid thrall. Mm-hmm. He could be. But what cryptid would he want to be? That's the where do you? He's going to have to be something. He's gone for the walrus there, so he's not going to want to be too on the nose. Maybe it's not even mammal at all, because donkeys and walruses are both mammals. Go away. The cat's trying to climb on the laptop. Back in it. Go away.
He's doing cat stuff.
Maybe mammals, it'd be a bit too much on the nose, innit? You don't want land. Maybe you don't want you to think it's land-based or in the water. He's trying to put that out there. So really, realistically, what if it's some sort of bird? But it's not going to be water-based, like we've said. So it's not a penguin, which is also land-based. So it rules out penguin, unless it's a double bluff and he just wants to fuck a penguin. Like there's lots of different types of penguins.
I mean, let's be honest. Kevin Smith's anatomy, quite short, quite plump, a little bit like rotund, could say. He's got that penguin look.
Yeah, but maybe then he'd want to go for someone who sort of flatters him, kind of thing. Like a penguin, people are gonna look at him and go, "Oh, it's nice that you can see how he used to,
Flamingo.
Just like each other. Flamingo, a proper skinny thing.
Proper skinny, nice and pink, a lot of colour, which
complements him.
Kevin Smith doesn't have any colour. Flamingo's a lot of colour. I can't imagine
the element of control as well there, doesn't it? Because a flamingo's colour comes from what it eats.
Yes.
So now he's got an element of control over the flamingo. He can make that flamingo whatever shade of pink he wants, really vivid pink, or just slightly off beige towards pink.
2 questions from this.
Only the 2.
Yeah, I was about to say only 2. Number 1, Kevin Smith can't stand on one leg for a long period of time either, which a flamingo can do.
He's just never done it publicly.
I don't think if the current state of physics is to be believed, I don't reckon Kevin Hart can stand on one. Kevin Hart Kevin Smith. Kevin Hart can stand on one leg for fucking ages. Him and The Rock do competitions all day, I imagine. But Kevin Smith, I can't imagine Kevin Smith can stand on one leg for too long. But question 2, shrimp aren't pink until they're cooked. So how the fuck does flamingos pink? Shrimp and prawns are grey when you get them. Why aren't flamingos grey? Do flamingos internally cook prawns?
Possibly. They might just have something in them that reacts with whatever the pigment in the. So can you just feed them grey foods? Just like feeding them fucking, like we brought up pasta before, feed them pasta and fucking like cottage pie and be like, yeah, and they slowly turn pink.
With all the money that's put into daft research on this planet, why isn't there someone right now feeding fucking flamingos purple cabbage, like fucking blueberries, kiwis, just to see if you can turn them blue, green, purple, orange? Like, this would be great for a gay pride march if you just got flamingos to eat all colours of the rainbow. Name me a gayer bird than a flamingo, and I mean that in a positive sense. A flamingo is a fabulous creature, which is why gays, the word fabulous, it all goes hand in hand. So name me a more fabulous and gay, brilliant representation for the LGBT community than a flamingo, and name me a better float or march at a pride event than a load of flamingos that have been fed rainbow colours.
That have been force-fed different animals and different foods,
and then they could march
up on a float.
Yeah, and then they could march in a rainbow. I find that absolutely spectacular.
Yeah,
I for one will be. I'll be recommending it for Pride next year, mate.
And you know what I think that would do, mate? I think that would probably bring out the cryptids. They'd be like, they're thinking about more than just themselves now. They're starting to interfere with DNA. We might be able to have a conversation soon, my guy.
That's what they've been waiting for. That's what they've actually been waiting for. They've been like, yeah, do you know what it is? I'm sick of these humans, man. I wish they'd just fucking start trying to manipulate other animals more. They did all right putting makeup on dogs. When they started putting lipstick on dogs, we thought, hey,
that's superficial.
We thought,
yeah. They bred different dogs together, which is great, but it's not much crop. The donkey and the horse, great idea, didn't really go anywhere. But now we've got these flamingos. We can have them any colour we want. Look at this. We've got them. They've even joined up with fucking Dulux and Farrow and Ball. They've got both ends of the spectrum here. They're appealing to the rich and the poor.
And then, and only then, will the stargates open. The stargates will open, and we'll actually be given access to subterranean travel. That's all we've been waiting for. There's a public transport system that we're not allowed to use just yet, but all we're waiting for is for us to be sound. When we're sound, and when we start manipulating species to the nth degree, then and only then will we be accepted by the cryptid community.
Well, maybe that's why what the cryptids can't figure out. Because if you never thought it's weird that all the cryptids in description all look exactly the same as each other, maybe they're like, you know what, this is fucking shit. Maybe they're just they are some form of clone. They are the manipulated species, and they're like, you know what, I feel like I'd be green, and I really want to be green, and I'm fucking like sloths get close, but I don't want to have all that mold on me. Like flamingos, look at them, they've got it there, and that's what they're doing. And they're waiting, and when they've got that, they're like, there we go. Or they just want to redecorate the subterranean levels.
Are you saying what they really want is Alan Titchmarsh and Charlie Dimmock?
What, gardeners? Just
Garden Force to go subterranean. Also, isn't one of the Yetis from Big Lez, bringing it back to Big Lez, it may have turned out that Big Lez is a lot of inspiration for this series and a lot of source of factual information, but isn't one of them green? Isn't Donnie or something green?
Yeah, he is, and he's like the smart one, isn't he? He's the one that thinks differently to the rest of them.
Yeah, he's the old one who has the shop.
Yeah, he is,
You
have a very, very good memory, bro.
Mate.
That's like a file of facts of shite in there.
That's it. The thing is,
you're
right?
You're going to carry this, bro.
I can't remember 99% of very important information that I need for day-to-day life. However, if it's useless and only ever likely to come up during a talk that involves a lot of drugs at a session or a stupid podcast, then and only then do I shine.
Yeah. All I've got is I can link stuff that's not there because I'm probably unwell.
Oh, mate, we're there. But on that note, it's 8 o'clock. We've come to an end of the first episode. I don't know if we solved anything, but we explored a lot. We're going to have to sign off because Chod's going to be on right about now. But I think this was a successful episode 1. Have you got any parting comments?
Fucking no. Don't learn anything from us.
What I say is tie your shoelaces, because all these years I've been just doing my shoelaces once and then slipping my feet in and out, and those shoelaces are the only thing standing between you and a cryptid currency theft.
Then I would also say keep hold of all your used Johnnies, because you never know when they're going to take over, and you want to be in the forefront of real estate, mate. If you keep all of the Johnnies you ever use, you'll be able to afford a house in no time.
It would have been like buying Bitcoin when it was only $5 a piece, and now it's worth 15 grand. So put them away. Keep your Johnnies.
Knock on your neighbours' doors as well. Get theirs.
Ask
them to you. What are you doing with them? They're not using them, are they now?
Just go to student halls and raid the bins. And on that note, this has been Truth Seeking, or Truth Seekers, or whatever we're going to call it. This has been Conspiracy Jim and Tinfoil Jack. I'll see you later.
See you in a bit.